Before we dive into the story, let's take a moment to celebrate Karla Sofía Gascón and her incredible success at the Golden Globes. Her film Emilia Pérez swept the night with 4 wins, including Best Comedy or Musical Film and Best Non-English Language Film.
Thank you so much. I chose these colors tonight, the Buddhist color, because I have a massive hope for you. The light always wins over darkness.
Bringing a character like Emilia Pérez to life takes more than just acting. It takes a deep personal connection. For Karla Sofía Gascón, it meant fighting for the role she knew she was meant to play and portraying Amelia both before and after her gender-affirming surgery. As the first openly trans woman nominated for a lead actress category at the Golden Globes, her performance is not just a career milestone, it's a powerful statement that's reshaping the industry.
I think this is the best movie in the world.
In Emilia Pérez, Karla Sofía Gascón portrays Manitas del Monte, a brutal cartel boss who fakes his death to transition into Amelia, the woman he's always been. After years in hiding, Amelia returns, determined to reunite with her wife Jessie, played by Selena Gomez, and their sons, all while keeping her secret. For Gascón, playing both Manitas and Amelia was essential. She insisted on portraying both versions of the character before and after gender-affirming surgery. "I knew I was ready to show by way of example, as they say in Spain," she told Entertainment Weekly.
Because as an actress, it was impossible for me to give as a gift to another actor the opportunity to play the fullness of this character in the entirety of her evolution.
She pitched the idea to director Jacques Audiard, confident that she could handle both roles. "When you know what you want and that you can do it, fight for it," she said.
Para abordar este personaje tan oscuro en su primera parte y tan luminoso en la segunda, hubo que trabajarlo como si fueran 2 personajes diferentes en realidad.
Playing both roles was a challenge Gascón embraced fully. It gave her the chance to explore the full range of human emotions, from masculine to feminine, violence to love.
For me, the more a character is different from the way I am, the better. The happier I am, the more interesting it is for me.
She explained, "It's a beautiful game to be able to enter something so deep." She sees the project as a rare opportunity to represent both sides of the character, something that rarely happens in acting. "To interpret a person like this is quite a challenge," she said.
Creo que es un desafío completo para cualquier actor o actriz.
Gascón is also hopeful that the film's themes will resonate with Latino and Hispanic audiences. "Everyone is looking forward to seeing her, hoping that wonderful things will happen to her," she said. "I represent so many minorities. We Hispanics are such a big mountain of love and emotion." On a global scale, she believes Latin American and Hispanic cinema is ready for the world to pay attention. "We have so many things to give to the world, many things to learn," Gascón said. "We are a unity. We're people who want to work, get ahead, and enjoy life."
I am a hope for my partners in acting, because I arrived for the floor of the acting, no?
Her journey mirrors that of her character Emilia Pérez in many ways. Growing up in Madrid under Franco's dictatorship, she always knew she was a girl but couldn't express it. After moving to Mexico in 2009 and finding success in telenovelas, she struggled privately with being a trans woman. In 2018, Gascón decided to transition, with her wife and now teenage daughter by her side. Despite harsh media coverage in Mexico and Spain, which still misgenders and deadnames her, Gascón has stayed strong and true to herself, much like her character Amelia.
Te conocimos como Carlos Gascón.
Sí.
Hoy ¿quién eres? ¿Cómo te presentas?
Pues soy Karla Gascón, realmente.
Looking ahead, Gascón is eager to continue exploring new opportunities. "If the job is in Hollywood, I'll go to Hollywood. If it's Taiwan, I'll go to Taiwan," she said with enthusiasm. But she's also aware of the challenges. "Actors are always starting over, proving ourselves again and again," she explained. Still, for Gascón, the journey is worth it, and she's excited for whatever comes next.
There is one sentence in Spanish that you never go to the bed without learn something more, no? And this is the true, no?
And speaking of big moments, Emilia Pérez is leading the Golden Globe nominations with 10, showing just how powerful the film and Gascon's performance are. Plus, Selena Gomez just got engaged to music producer Benny Blanco, making this time even more special for the cast. Now, it's truly a moment of progress for the trans community, with talented individuals like Karla Sofía Gascón making waves in the entertainment industry. Another inspiring figure in the trans community is Elliot Page. Like Karla Sofía, his journey toward authenticity has sparked both support and criticism. However, his bravery in embracing his true self has made him a powerful source of inspiration for many. In 2020, after years of having to bottle himself up and feeling like his true self was hidden in a female body we came to know as Ellen Page, he introduced himself as Elliot.
It's being able to touch my chest and feel comfortable in my body for probably the first time.
Sadly, his transformation came at a price, and just 2 months after making his life-changing announcement, Elliot and his wife of 3 years had their own announcement to make. The couple was calling it quits. In 2014, Elliot stood up at the podium and announced that he was gay. This was before he had made his transition to physically becoming a man, so at the time he was coming out as a gay woman. I'm here today because I am gay, and because maybe I can make a difference, to help others have an easier and more hopeful time. Regardless, for me, I feel a personal obligation and a social responsibility. Little did the world know that this was just Elliot's first step to coming to terms with his true self. In his speech, he confessed that he had been in pain for so many years, and he was afraid of not being accepted for how he was as a queer person.
How nervous were you?
I'm the most nervous I've ever been in my life, for sure. I think my biggest fear of doing it was even just having a panic attack, quite frankly. But, you know, I was just so ready to do it and quite frankly, so excited to do it.
His mental health, physical health, and inner spirit suffered because he had been unable to be who he truly was. This was a big deal for him, and he felt like he needed to come out and stand by his fellow LGBTQ community and speak for all of those who had never been able to speak for themselves.
What I'm talking about is the fact that LGBTQ people, particularly the most marginalized in our community, really face so many difficulties every single day. And this is something people need to understand.
Perhaps it was also through this powerful speech that Elliot was able to meet his future wife. Elliot and Emma Portner had their first encounter with one another on social media in 2017. It was a very modern-day romantic story. Elliot came across a video of Emma dancing on Instagram and was completely entranced by her. He messaged her immediately. Despite having come out gay, Elliot was still fighting an internal battle he was unsure how to come to terms with. He and Emma kept most of their relationship on the quiet side, having a private and intimate wedding ceremony early in 2018. The date of their wedding is still unknown. Page just told the world they were married with a sweet Instagram post, captioned, "Can't believe I get to call this extraordinary woman my wife." He even described his wedding night as the most magical night of his life. It seemed that all was going well with the couple, sharing cute pictures of each other on social media and gushing about one another in interviews.
My wife.
He and I have an indefatigable connection and this undying desire to be near each other.
Yeah.
I love, my wife is like one of the most talented people I've ever met.
Finally, at the end of 2020, Elliot Page came out of the shadows and proudly announced himself as a transgender male in an Instagram post. He announced that his pronouns are he, they, and that his name is Elliot. He had chosen the name from one of his favorite movies, E.T., and even got a tattoo on his arm that says, EP Phone Home.
E.T. Home Phone.
I loved E.T. when I was a kid, and always wanted to look like the boys in the movies, right? He went on, expressing overwhelming gratitude for those who had supported him during this life-changing time and emotional time. I can't begin to express how remarkable it feels to finally love who I am enough to pursue my authentic self, he wrote, adding that he has been endlessly inspired by members of the trans community. Page received great support from the community and quickly became one of the most famous transgender people in the world. He gained more than 400,000 new followers on Instagram on that day alone. Thousands of articles were published, likes and shares reached millions. Emma commented on Page's announcement with her own post, captioning, "I am so proud of heiress Elliot Page. Trans, queer, and non-binary people are a gift to this world. I also ask for patience and privacy, but that you join me in the fervent support of trans life every single day," she had written on Instagram. With the spotlight shining brightly on Elliot and his relationship, fans were questioning how the couple was doing after such a big announcement that would surely have an effect on their relationship in some way. At the beginning of 2021, Elliot and Emma shocked the world when they filed for divorce. After much thought and careful consideration, we have made the difficult decision to divorce following our separation last summer. We have the utmost respect for each other and remain close friends. If that wasn't enough, both Elliot and Emma have removed most of the pics of each other from their Instagrams, which is saddening on its own because that's where they both announced their marriage. For now, we don't know why the couple has parted ways, although some have speculated it has to do with Elliot's transition, considering this news comes just 2 months after he announced he's transgender. So while we don't know what led to the divorce, what we do know is that they're both still on good terms and remain friends, which is always a good thing. Whatever the reasons may be, we couldn't be happier for Elliot finally being able to share his true self with the world, and we hope he's able to encourage others to do the same.